Welcome everybody. We're doing some composite figures, and so we do have a trash bin that you see right there, and we're looking at it being made up as a hemisphere with a base that is a cylinder. So as you can see, the height of the bin is a total of 30 inches tall, with the diameter of the hemisphere being 24 inches. So we're looking to find out what the total volume of the trash bin actually is. So I am going to just kind of focus in a little bit more on here. Now we do have some parts of this, but we don't have all parts of it. The important thing is I have two different shapes. I have a hemisphere and then I have a cylinder. So the first thing I'm going to do is write the volume of a hemisphere first. So the volume of a hemisphere is 2 times pi radius cubed divided by 3. And that would give me the first volume part for the top part of it. And then our cylinder, which is the volume is just equal to pi r squared times height. So that being said, we're going to take a look at the part at the top because that is the important piece right here that's going to help me figure out the rest of this information. So if I know that the diameter of it is 24 inches, I need radius. So radius is the key part here. So if I know the diameter is 24, I know that the radius is any part of the outside edge of a circle to the center of it. So basically from here to here, I can say that any part of this from here to here, from here to here, doesn't really make a difference. But the reason why I'm doing this is there's a purpose for that. That's why I'm picking that spot. But that means that the radius is 12 inches from this point to here because it is half of a sphere. So with that being said, if I take a look as to why I wrote it vertically and not over here or over here, and that is because the height of this whole thing is 30 inches. So if this whole sphere right here has a radius of 12, that means that that's pretty much its height essentially. Then that would mean that my height for my sphere is from here down to here, which remains whatever is the remainder of that, which if this is 12 and it has to add up to 30, this part right here would have to be 18 inches in height. Now that I have all that information, now I can go ahead and start working on this formula. So we'll start with the volume of the hemisphere first. So we're going to plug in the information that I have. So radius being 12, I'm going to replace that radius cubed. So we've got 2 times pi times the r, which is 12 now. And we're going to cube that, and we're going to divide that by 3. So now when I go ahead and do all those calculations, I am going to round to the nearest hundredth. So I end up with a value, after I've done all the calculations here, with a number of 3,619.11. And this is inches, so inches cubed. So that is the hemisphere's value. And now we're going to go ahead and work on that height of the cylinder as well as the radius. So obviously we already established what the radius was. The radius is 12. So that goes for the cylinder as well because the radius would be from here to here, also being 12. So we are going to plug in here, pi times my radius, which is 12. This time it's squared because we're talking about a cylinder. And then we now know the height, which is 18. And when I go ahead and do the calculation for that, I get a value of 8,143. And that is going to be 0.01 roughly inches cubed. So that is my cylinder shape. So now all I have to do here is just add those two together. And I'm going to get a total value when I add them together of 11,762. And then that's going to be 0.12 inches cubed. And there you have that. If you want more questions like this, please make sure you follow me on YouTube because TikTok may no longer be here much longer. And find me on my YouTube channel, You Want Algebra. Check these out under the volume section.